Hello everyone, good afternoon. Madungog ako.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's have an attendance first before we continue our discussions with lipids. If you are present in the Google Classroom or Google Meet, can we say present if your name is Block A. Block A. Block B pala. Aliola.
Present, ma'am.
Baliog.
Present, ma'am.
Banal.
Present, ma'am.
Banal. Balolo. Wala.
Present, ma'am.
Abeladas. Abeladas. Wala pa. Diabla. Wala pa. Okay, so can you turn on your mic if you are present ha? Kasi di rin ako makita ang comments. Okay, na ako sa Excel datan out. Diamla.
Present, ma'am.
Divina Gracia. Gores. Gulam.
Present, ma'am.
Telal. Hortelano.
Present, ma'am.
Hapay.
Present, ma'am.
Ubas.
Present, ma'am.
Legaspi. Legason.
Present, ma'am.
Lumopog.
Present, ma'am.
Luis.
Present, ma'am.
Magan. Magan. Magpayo.
Present, ma'am.
Malik.
Present, ma'am.
Malinaw.
Present, ma'am.
Manda. Medina. Muhammad Kiram.
Present, ma'am.
Usik.
Present, ma'am.
Pasal.
Present, ma'am.
Pastoreza. Ramelo. Tabal.
Present, ma'am.
Ranyowa. Ranyowa.
Present, ma'am.
Sabio.
Present, Sabio, ma'am.
Salazar.
Present, Salazar, ma'am.
Tyson.
Present, ma'am. Present po Legaspi Ogores, ma'am.
Silvano.
Present, ma'am.
Villamor.
Present, ma'am.
Alright. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. Present po Legaspi, ma'am. Wala na ako doon yung tingog, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, go. Wait lang ha. So, duha mi kabuk nag-online class. Ang madungog din mo. Pharmacognosy with human anatomy ni sa part. Okay. Okay, sige. So, before I start with the lecture, I want you to turn on your camera. Bahala, bisan asa mo karon nga lugar. Maka-turn on lang yun yung camera while I do the discussion. Okay. Para, ito kung gapaminaw ba or dili. Anak lang. Okay, sige. Turn on your camera. Ang ban, wala kayo ligo, bago pa kamata, and all. Okay. So am I here clearly? Adungog ako klaro?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Clear, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So let's start with our discussion with the examples of fixed oil. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. First
Ma'am, wala na
example
tawag
of
sila tagadian.
pagadiad. Natawag na ko siya. Sana siya record lagi sa ako. Wala. Sige na. I will call you later on. Mag-attendance ko po later on. Okay? Sige. First example of fixed oils. Again, we have castor oil or castor bean oil. This is the fixed oil obtained by cold expression of the rice seed Ricinus communis. And the main constituent is we have ricinoleic acid. Now, due to this constituent, pharmacologically, castor oil is employed as a stimulant cathartic with a dose of 15 to 60 ml. And due to the ricinoleic acid, ginagamit ang castor oil as a stimulant cathartic for children. In the pharmaceutical side naman, pharmaceutically, castor oil is used as a plasticizer in flexible collodion together with camphor in a ratio of 3:2. It is also used as an emollient in ointment preparations, creams, and a wetting agent to effue liquid preparation. And some ginagamit si castor oil as a lubricating agent. Now, there precautions with the use of castor oil. Please to take note that castor oil should not be, or any preparations containing castor oil should not be used to pregnant women, cause it may induce labor. Maka-cause of contraction na si castor oil, it may induce na noon labor. Kasi magka-cause siya of premature labor. Next, after expressing the fixed oil from the castor bean, there is a product termed as castor oil cake. This is the residue or the undissolved product of the castor seed in the form of cake that is commonly employed as a manure and in the production of fertilizer and the enzyme lipase. So this byproduct of castor oil expression, the castor oil cake, contains a poisonous principle termed as resin. So, kanisi cake na asay resin na constituent or toxic constituent that should not be used to cattle, livestock, because it is poisonous to cattle, livestock. Manantaman lang siya as a manure, fertilizer, and in the production of lipase enzyme. Now, aside from the castor oil cake, aside from the ricinoleic acid and resin constituent that is obtained from the fixed oil of castor bean, there are two fatty acids present in the castor bean that is pharmacologically used as antifungal and anti-acne. And first one, we have the undecilinic acid. And ang pinakauna na fatty acid of castor bean, we have the undecilinic acid. It is the unsaturated fatty acid with 1 double bond and 11 carbon atoms in its structure. And this constituent is obtained from the pyrolysis of castor oil. Okay? Then, take note of kung unsa siya pag-produce by pyrolysis of the castor oil. And pharmacologically, ginagamit sa as an antifungal in athlete's foot. So, antifungal ang activity ni undecilinic acid. Next, the other fatty acid naman of castor bean, we have the allelic acid. This is the saturated fatty acid with the 9 carbon atoms in its structure, and it is obtained from the ozonolysis of the castor oil. So, ganina, yung undecilinic acid, ginagamit siya or ginaproduce siya by pyrolysis. For azelaic naman, it is produced by ozonolysis, and this is pharmacologically employed in skincare product or skincare preparation. We have, it is an anti-acne. So, anti-acne siya for, so if you are into skincare products or skincare, ano, and you are prone to acne or acne prone skin, you may use preparations that contains azelaic acid. So I have here a cosmetic example of a cosmetic that has an azelaic acid. Kinsa man ni siya, si Swenny Legacy, you are trying to join my class. So kindly tell na gamit lang ang university na email para makasulod sa akong klase. Okay? So I'm not promoting the ordinary, ha? Kaya I'm not using the ordinary. Ako lang nag-set as an example of a preparation that contains azelaic acid na ginagamit for its anti-acne property. Okay, next. The second source of fixed oils, we have olive oil, salad oil, or sweet oil, or the oil of Europia. So the oil of Europia is the fixed oil obtained by cold expression of the ripe fruit of Olea Europia. Its constituent is a mixture of glycerides to which oleic acid is the major constituent. So it constitutes about 56 to 85% of oleic acid. Aside from oleic acid, naka lanolin, naka palmitic, tapos stearic acid. But again, the majority of the constituents present in olive oil is the oleic acid. Please to take note that olive oil is the only fixed oil na dili gikan sa seed, asa sa gikan sa pericarp of the fruit. So this is classified as a pericarp oil, not a seed oil, but a pericarp oil kay gikan sa pericarp of the fruit, not from the seed. Kuha? Yes, thumbs up lang. Okay, sige. What's the next commonly used of olive oil? So it is pharmaceutically employed. Wow, ako nalagay ni. Na-amaze ko. Pag-check na ko. Pag thumbs up menu na naglupad-lupad na thumbs up. Thumbs up. Stuck lang ko. Dugay na gilay ko ano pag-line. Okay, proceed. Okay, commonly used, pharmaceutically employed as a pharmaceutic aid, retardant in the dental cement, one of the ingredients in the preparation for green soap, mga plasters, and even in the preparation of liniment. So, katong mga oleaginous liniment, olive oil ang ilahang ginagamit. Then, nutritive po siya for food. And the official identification test for olive oil is the Mellon test. Mellon test. Okay? Okay, so the olive oil offered in the market has several grades of purity. So ang naa sa market is naka-grade siya. Graded ang purity sa olive oil nga naa sa market. So we have first grade oil or virgin oil is obtained by gently pressing the peeled pulp free from the endocarp. So this type of olive oil, it is pressed with less pressure. Kung less lang ang pressure nga gi-apply to extract the fixed oil from the pericarp. Mula na o grade 1, di ba? Kasi kailan ang grade 1, less ang pressure applied sa ilaha. So they are virgin olive oil. Then we have the second grade. We have the virgin olive oil. This is the term used to describe the oil obtained from the pulp of the first grade pressing. Kumbaga, katong residue nga narbilin after expressing the first grade olive oil, it is subjected to another round of pressing. So katong oil nga na-obtain in the second round of pressing, it is now then termed as the second grade oil. So it is pressed with more pressure compared to first grade olive oil. The third purity or the third type of olive oil, we have the technical oils. This is the fixed oil produced by expressing the pulp with hot water. So technically, the technical oil is employs hot expression in obtaining the fixed oil. The rest, gamit sila of cold expression. Then we have the sulfur grade olive oil. So these are produced by expressing the pulp with carbon disulfide. Ganina, hot water, the sulfur grade carbon disulfide. So this type of olive oil, it has an inferior quality, meaning it has a low or poor ang iyahang quality. Pag sulfur grade gali, pag sulfonated gali ang oil o sa gamit niya, it is employed as a yes, for in the production of paints, mga varnishes, installators, so for industry use only. Then we have the fifth pala, we have the turnant oil, na kay tubig, finally. Turnant oil, which contains large amount of free fatty acids that are obtained from the fallen, decomposed, or refused or rejected olive oil. So na-reject ang mga olive, nato siya gamit. Okay? Because na-reject na ang olive, mga na-decompose, pwede siya kuhaan of turnant oil. However, same with the sulfur grade, na siya poor quality. Poor quality ang mga turnant oil. So probably, ginagamit lang yapon nila for industry use. Okay, poor ang iyang quality. Okay? Next, the third source of fixed oil, we have peanut oil or the arachis oil. This is the oil obtained by expression of the seeds of Arachis hypolia. So similar to olive oil, its constituent is a mixture of glycerides with oleic acid as its major component that constitutes about 50 to 65% of the oleic acid. So si olive oil, mas dako lang siya og amount of oleic acid kasi si peanut na lang siya sa 50 to 65. Si olive oil na sa 56 to 85%. Okay, so with the uses of peanut oil, pharmaceutically used as a food oil, di ba? Ginagamit siya sa some alternative kung walay olive oil, pwede na ito gamitin peanut oil in our Caesar salad. Ginagamit siya as a lubricant. One of the vehicles for IM injection, di ba na-mention na ko last time, si Cocopea, peanut oil is one of the IM injection solvent, and it is used as a saponifying agent in the production of soap. Though slow ang saponification rate ni peanut oil, it produces an excellent firm white soap. Kung gusto mo produce an excellent na white soap, you may use peanut oil. Though dugay lang siya kay slow ang saponification rate ni peanut oil as a saponifying agent. Okay? And after expressing the fixed oil from the peanut seed, na ating mga byproducts such as the peanut oil cake, which is the residue after expressing the oil, valuable siya in livestock food. You have also mga peanut butter. So if you are into peanut butter, kabalo ko asa mo palit og lamian na peanut butter. Kabalo mo asa, you ask Ma'am Sally. Si Ma'am Sally, pag-order lang mo kay Ma'am Sally sa peanut butter. Okay, so it's a good source of vitamin B1, ang peanut butter. Vitamin B1 or thiamine. Okay, next we have soybean oil. This is the oil obtained by expression of the right seeds of glycine suha. So secondary metabolites include linoleic acid or the omega-6, lecithin, and stegmasterol. So pharmaceutically, soybean oil is employed as a parenteral nutrient or in the preparations of TPN or total parenteral nutrient. Aside from a nutritive agent or nutrient, soybean oil is a good source of lecithin which helps in controlling deranged lipids and cholesterol metabolism. Munang na ay anti-lipemic property ang soybean. So, katong mga parents ninyo, mga tita, titos, lolos, and lolas nga na ay problem with cholesterol, hindot ang soybean oil for them because it has a good source or it is a good source of lecithin na mo help of cholesterol metabolism. Then, aside from lecithin, the soybean oil, it is a good source of stigmasterol na ginagamit siya as a precursor for steroidal hormone. Mga kabantay mo ka nagpa-build up of muscle, mga gym, usually silang ginainom, mga soy preparations. Diba? So naman siya stigmasterol na ginagamit as a precursor for steroidal hormone. Now, in the industry side naman, since soybean oil has an iodine value of 120 to 141, so it is classified as a non-drying, ginagamit po siya in the production of varnishes, mga insulators. And dili siya pwede gamiton kung yung iodine value of 120 to 141, dili siya gamiton for cooking. It will leave films man, mag-create man siya film. Okay. And after expressing the oil, of course, there are residues for that. The mga byproducts, we have partially hydrogenated soybean oil. It is employed as an ingredient for products and oral administrations as a dietary balance supplement. We have also soybean cake. This is a residue after expressing the oil. And this is valuable for livestock food. It contains high amounts of protein, potassium, and phosphorus. And the third byproduct of soybean oil, we have the soybean meal. It is a flour shifted from decorticated ground feed deprived of fat, not commonly employed as a diagnostic agent in urea, nitrogen in blood, or bond tests. Okay. Next, we have the cottonseed oil. So this is the refined fixed oil obtained from the ripe seed of Gossypium hirsutum through hydraulic pressing. So the process of getting the oil from the kernels is that the kernels is pressed and first gina-steam siya daan before siya i-press for a pressure of about 1,500 pounds ang pressure na ginagamit to express the cotton seed oil from the kernel. So it's about 681 kilograms na pressure to yield just like 30% sa pagidihang ma-yield hanap. Okay, so kinahanglan siya i-refined and i-filter para tanggal sa oil ang iyahang toxic constituent. So the chemical or the secondary metabolite is a mixture of glycerides to which the majority is linoleic acid. So the major constituent of cottonseed, we have linoleic acid. The use pharmaceutically employed as one of the vehicle for IM injection, substitute siya for lard, and as a saponifying agent in the production of soap. So the official identification test for cottonseed oil is the Halfen or Bevan test. Okay. So the byproduct, after expressing the oil, we have the residue, which is the cottonseed cake, contains 0.6% of the toxic principle, the gossipol, which is actually present in cold pressed oil. Pero kung imo siyang i-treat with alkaline, ma-remove radali ang gossipol. Okay. So, though the gossipol is toxic at high amount, it is actually employed as a medicine. Ginagamit siya in the form of birth control for men. Yun, may birth control for men. How does it work? The gossipol actually interferes with the sperm development and function. Pero, for further studies pa ang activity ni Gossipol, why it interferes or pwede siya gamitin as a birth control for men. So, for further, again for further, test. So, pero na-study na, si Gossipol daw can cause male sterility. So, dili maka-cause og anak or dili na maka-anak ang lalaki kung maka-consume siya of large amount of Gossipol. Okay, next we have sesame oil or the bean oil or the tail oil. It is the refined fixed oil from the Sesamum indicum. The active constituents include mixtures of glycerides, of which majority is oleic acid. It also contains lignan sesamonin, which is hydrolyzed to sesamolin, which has an antioxidant property. Now, the lignan sesamin there is only converted to sesamolin pag ma-refine ang oil. Kung dili ma-refine ang oil, dili ma-convert si lignan sesamin to sesamolin na naay antioxidant property. Kuha? Yes?
Again po, ma'am.
Again, the lignan sesamin, it can only be converted to sesamolin, which has an antioxidant property, kung i-refine ang oil. So, pag dili ma-refine ang oil from the sesame seed, dili ma-convert si lignan sesamin to the antioxidant property na sesamolin.
Noted, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Next, it's also a good source of vitamin A and vitamin E. Okay, pharmaceutically, ginagamit siya as a demulcent, solvent for iron injections, emollient, nutritive, and has a mild laxative effect. Ginagamit po siya due to the presence of sesamolin and vitamin E. It is used as an antioxidant and radical scavengers in cosmetic preparation. Official identification test, so I did not include it in my slide. Can you take that note? The official identification test for sesame oil is Baudoin's test or Baudoin's test. The spelling is B-O-U-I. Baudoin's test, or pronounced as B-A-U-D-O-U-I-N. Baudoin's test. That's the official identification test for sesame oil. Okay. Next, we have almond oil, sweet almond or the bitter almond oil. It is the fixed oil obtained by expressing the seeds of Prunus amygdalus or Prunus amara. It contains a mixture of glycerides, to which oleic acid is the major constituent or the prevailing constituent of taghansal compared to the rest of the constituents. Commonly employed lang si almond oil for its flavoring. Then we have persic oil or the apricot kernel or the peach kernel oil from Prunus armeniaca or Prunus persica. So it closely resembles the almond oil. So definitely they have the same constituent, which is oleic acid, and used as a vehicle in pharmaceutical necessity. And we have the coconut oil, the copra oil, or the lauric oil. This is the fixed oil obtained by expressing the dried solid part of the endosperm of coconut, Cocos nostrifera. It contains caprylic, lauric acid, and myristic acid na useful or valuable in the dietary supplements or dietary products. Then we have corn oil or the maize oil from the expression of the embryos of Leah maize, which contains linoleic acid. So, ginagamit lang siya as a solvent for IM injection. So, since I discussed, diba, one of the source of starch is corn. So, unsaon man mo pag-determine na ang kernel is for the starch production and the kernel for fixed oil production. So, they uses flotation process. So, ang kernels, ang embryo, separate nila by flotation. Katong gilubog nga kernels, moto ang gamiton for starch production. And katong gilutaw na kernels, moto ang gamiton to extract the fixed oil. That is how they separate the kernels for starch and for corn oil production. Next, then after expressing the fixed oil, we have the residue from the embryo. We have the germ oil cake or the oil cake meal. Ginagamit siya for livestock purposes. Food for the livestock. Next, we have the safflower oil. This is the oil obtained by expressing the expression of the dry seeds of Carthamus cinctorius. It contains a mixture of glycerides that is largely unsaturated. Since it is unsaturated, it is a good or it is beneficial to hypercholesterolemia na condition. So it helps in the deranged lipids and cholesterol metabolism. So this one, it has an anti-lipemic property. So same with soybean oil na siya anti-lipemic property. However, mas taas lang yung safflower compared to the other fixed oil. Then we have sunflower oil. So from Helianthus annos, it contains a mixture of glycerides that is largely unsaturated. Same sila ni safflower, ginagamit sa in dietary supplements, beneficial sa patients with hypercholesterolemia or taas og cholesterol. It has an anti-lipemic property, only lang na mas taas isa kaysa kay sunflower. Nagtaghan siya og unsaturated properties than the safflower oil. Okay, so alternative lang si sunflower kay safflower. Next, we have the linseed oil or the flaxseed oil. This is the oil obtained by expression of the dry seeds of Linum oxytassimum. It contains a mixture of glycerides, to which lanolinic acid is the major one. Ginagamit sa linseed oil as a demulcent, emollient, expectorant, and irritant, pharmaceutically. And we have the mustard oil. This is the fixed edible oil from the Brassica nigra. So the medicinal property of the mustard oil comes from the refined one, katong allyl isothiocyanate. Ang iyang medicinal property or iyang medicinal value is the allyl isothiocyanate na form, which is the refined form. Okay? So the use of mustard oil, ginagamit sa local irritant, emetic, rubefacient, and vesicant. Next, we have the hydrogenated vegetable oil. This is the refined bleach, hydrogenated, and deodorized vegetable oil stearin. Ginagamit siya, or it contains triglycerides of stearic and palmitic acid, commonly employed in tablet lubricants, or as a tablet lubricant. The identification test for hydrogenated vegetable oil is Sturger's test. Sturger. Then we have, though this is not a fixed oil, it contains poppy seed oil. So if iodized oil injection, an iodine addition product of the ethyl ester of the fatty acids of poppy seed oil, the constituent or the active constituent of iodized oil injection is not from the poppy seed oil but from the iodine, the added iodine. So this preparation contains about 35 to 38 organic iodine. Now commonly used as a radio-opaque, as a diagnostic aid in the hysterosalpingography and lymphography. Diagnostic or radio-opaque agent lang. Then we have the last fixed oil. We have theobroma oil, cocoa butter or the cacao butter. obtained from the roasted seeds of Theobroma cacao. It consists of glyceride, stearin, palmitic acid, and oleic acid, but the majority is the oleopalmitostearin. So in the form of oleopalmitostearin. Okay, so the characteristics of Theobroma oil it melts at 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, which is ideal for a suppository base. That is why in our DDS na mention nato na cocoa butter is the most commonly used suppository base. 8. So after expressing the oil, we have byproducts such as prepared cacao or breakfast cocoa. Muna ang residue after expressing the cocoa butter or the oil. Muna to ang ginagamit pag tunawon, hot choco, beverage. Then we have the bitter chocolate and of course the sweet chocolate. I have here a summary of the specific tests for a specific fixed oil. So my mnemonic for this is naghakot ng sebo sa vegetable si Sir Melon para kay olive. So it's naghakot ng sebo sa vegetable si Sir Melon para kay olive. And naghakot ng sebo sa vegetable si Sir Melon para kay olive. The hakot there is halfen for cottonseed. The sebo there is sesame, and you pronounce the Bodoinces as bo. Bodoinces. So sebo, sesame, and Bodoinces. Vegetable is surgerces, unang sir. Diba? The melon test is for olive oil. Nakuha? Yep.
Yes, ma'am. Based on
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's proceed with examples of fats. So, ano ito sa fats, which is from the animal sources. We have cod liver oil. This is, it is the process from fresh liver of codfish, Cados morea. It contains anti-quantifiable matters like cholesterol, fatty alcohol, and squalene, and a mixture of glyceride. It also contains vitamins A and vitamin D, which is a good source of vitamin D is called liver oil. So, ginagamit siya as a source of vitamin D for the treatment of rickets and tuberculosis. So, nutritive food si cod liver oil. The Scots, if you're familiar with this vitamin, Scots, it contains cod liver oil, rich source of vitamin D. And we have the fatty acids of cod liver oil. We have sodium urea. This is a sodium salt of fatty acids of cod liver oil na ginagamit as a sclerosing agent to obliterate varicose veins. Kung ngayon sila walay tambal ang varicose, laparuha o sodium morate lang. So natay tambal sa varicose, we have sodium morate. So it is a sterile solution. The dose is 1 ml, that is 5% solution. 8. Next, we have shark liver oil. This is obtained from the fresh and healthy liver of sharkfish, Hypoprion brevirostris. The chemical constituent present is vitamin A. So this is a rich source of vitamin A. So ginagamit siya as a treatment for therapsalmia, that is vitamin A deficiency, night blindness, kung dili ka papalo sa ngit-ngit, basig kulang ka all. vitamin A. Then, aside from a source of vitamins, it is a nutritive and tonic. Okay, next, we have lanolin. Lanolin or wool fat, this is the fat-like purified secretion of the sebaceous glands of the wool of the sheep, Uvis aris. The constituent is cholesterol, but full of cholesterol. And there are two forms of lanolin. We have the hydrous form and the anhydrous form, commonly employed as an emollient and ointment base, hydrocarbon ointment base. Then we have the lard, a purified internal fat obtained from the abdomen of the hog, Suscurofa. Pero dili kayo siya commonly or kumbaga obsolete na ang paggamit sa lard as its ointment base because the product it produces is smelly lang, unpleasant ang baho. Kagikan na siya sa baboy. So wala na ni, di na kay common sa lard. And we have waxes. So we're done with the fixed oils, fats, down with waxes. So these are mga esters resulting from the condensation of high molecular weight long-chain fatty acids and alcohols. They are commonly employed in the pharmaceuticals to harden the ointments, cosmetic creams, and as a protective coating in the industry side. So we have two sources of waxes. We have from animals and we have from plants. For animal sources, we have spermaceti and beeswax. For plant sources, we have carnauba wax, the bayberry wax, and the jojoba wax, or the jojoba oil, which is a liquid wax. Okay, so first one, we have beeswax or the yellow wax, the purified wax obtained from the honeycomb of the bee Apis mellifera. It contains myrcene or the myricyl palmitate and propolis. In pharmaceutical science, they are commonly employed as a dyspenic agent. But in pharmacology, useful ang propolis na constituent because it has an anti-inflammatory property. Commonly, quantity siya for cosmetic preparation, the propolis. Okay, pero pag pharmaceutically useless ang mga myrcene and propolis. Pharmacological side lang din na si constituent. Okay, now there are two forms of beeswax. We have the yellow wax and the other one is the white wax, which is the bleached decolorized form of the yellow wax. Second source of wax, we have spermaceti. This is the waxy substance obtained from the head of the sperm whale Physeter microcephalus. Since sperm whale is considered now as an endangered species, getting natural spermaceti is from the head of the sperm whale is banned already. So we have available na mga synthetic preparations. Wala na tayo natural spermaceti, mga substitute na lang or synthetic. We have cetyl ester wax, which is the synthetic spermaceti. It is a mixture of esters of saturated fatty alcohols and fatty acids. Kung wala yung cetyl ester wax, pwede gamitin ang cetyl alcohol or sterile alcohol as a substitute. Then we have the liquid wax, the only liquid wax, jojoba oil, the only liquid wax expressed from the seeds of Simontia chinensis. It contains eicosanoic acid. If you're familiar with the eicosanoic acid, asa yun natin nadungog in the production of pharmacology. I-mention na ba? Eicosanoic acid, mga like production in the prostaglandine, mga leukotrienes, wala pa?
Arachidonic acid.
Yun, Lord. So, mga precursors na sila din ang side. Can you see? Jojoba oil, it has an eicosanoic acid. So, ginagamit siya kay waxer siya as an emollient. Emollient. See, jojoba oil. Okay. Next, we have carnauba wax. Carnauba wax, it's the exudate strand of spores of the leaves of Brazilian wax palm tree, Copernicia pronifera. The wax consists of alkyl esters of wax acid, to which myricyl ceratate is the chief constituent. So, ginagamit lang si carnauba wax as depilatory, kaya ginagamit pag magpa-wax mo sa kilikili or sa down there or anywhere, every hair. Depilatory, one of the ingredients for candles, varnishes, and polish. Pang mag-leave mag-child cells. Then, we have prostaglandine. So, this one, we will discuss this face-to-face. Kaning prostaglandine. Kasi more of pharmacology na side. So, para mas dali siya na to i-discuss, this would be face-to-face on Thursday. Ha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that ends my discussion for lipids. Question. Clarification with our na-discuss this afternoon.
Ma'am, Thursday, mag-quiz.
Yes, Thursday. Lipids.
Tanan na lipids, ma'am.
Nadugangan ninyo yung coverage. Yan.
Okay, ma'am.
Yun na.
Mga pila ka ma'am ba?
20 to 25. Pero pili ko tanas 20 siguro.
Okay. Noted, ma'am. Thank you po.
The rest, questions, wala na? Okay, before mag-exit, mag-attendance pa ko ha. Eh, dili complete ang points kong dili maka-attendance. Layo pa rin masulod. Pero kinahanglan, maka-answer sa akong question. Sige. Aliola. Naa pa ba? Ano?
Ma'am.
Baliog.
Yes, ma'am.
Banal.
Present, ma'am.
Baroro.
Present, ma'am.
Abiladas.
Present, ma'am.
Diamla.
Present, ma'am.
Divina Gracia.
Present, ma'am.
Gores.
Present, ma'am.
Gulam.
Present, ma'am.
Hilal.
Present, ma'am.
Porcelano.
Present, ma'am.
Kapay.
Present, ma'am.
Hubas.
Present, ma'am.
Legaste.
Present, ma'am.
Legason.
Present, ma'am.
Lumopog.
Present, ma'am.
Luis.
Present, ma'am.
Magan. Magan. Wala si Magan. Magpayo.
Present, ma'am. Present,
Isa
ma'am.
lang magbalay, Luis. Isa lang magbalay, Luis. Magpayo. Ranyowa. So, pareha yung background. Yung background. Yung background. Okay, Malik.
Present, ma'am.
Malinaw.
Present, ma'am.
Manda Medina.
Present, ma'am.
Muhammad Kiram.
Present, ma'am.
Pusik.
Present, ma'am.
Pasal.
Present, ma'am.
Pastoreza. Ranyowa.
Present, ma'am.
Sahabal.
Present, ma'am.
Salazar.
Present, ma'am.
Tyson.
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Agadiat.
Present, ma'am.
William Moore.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, so that ends our discussion. If wala na question, thank you everyone for attending.
Ma'am, Sabio
I'll see you
present.
Ay, oh, sorry, na-skip na. Kita lang muta ka. Okay, I'll see you on Wednesday for the laboratory. Bye, everybody.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.